to open. It's so catchy. Restoring art to its initial glory. Teresa Papanikolaou joining us this morning. You've got a pretty fun job. Might be a little stressful at times, though, too, right? Museum curator.
Yes, it's the best job in the world, pretty much, especially doing it in Hawaii. So, yeah, so I'm curator of European and American art at the Honolulu Museum of Art. And what I do is I pretty much oversee the collections and exhibition program of art from art in the West, so in Europe and America, from antiquity to 1970.
And we've got some great stuff right now at the Honolulu Museum. You've been there for about 5 years, you said, right?
Yes. Yep.
Let's talk about some of the exhibitions out there right now. I got a chance to see it last week. It was beautiful stuff. I think we have Georgia O'Keeffe is one of them. Is that correct? Tell us. We got some pictures.
So we have an exhibition called Georgia O'Keeffe and Ansel Adams, the Hawaii Pictures, and it's a show I worked about 2 years on curating.
This is Miss O'Keeffe, right?
And these are 2 paintings by Georgia O'Keeffe, one of White Bird of Paradise and the other of Iao Valley on Maui. These are, and there's one of a heliconia plant. Needs to be kind of cropped a little bit to get the color parts
okay, we can see. It's popping out of the screen.
And then also a painting that she did on the Hana coastline on Maui, and Maui had a real special place for her. O'Keeffe came to Hawaii in 1939 to do commercial work, actually.
Oh, really?
And that's something that we don't usually think about when we think about Georgia O'Keeffe. We always think of her as this, you know, highly individualist artist, this real, you know, somebody who pretty much painted for herself and made her living off her art, but in fact she had a commercial career as well. So she came to Hawaii to do paintings for the Hawaiian Pineapple Company, because they were doing an ad campaign where they were using modern art to market
a lot of these artists have very diverse backgrounds,
Yep.
including Ansel Adams, who's been around an awful long time. Love his work. I've been a fan for so long. And stunning pictures, not just of landscaping, but of people. He has quite the range.
And again, you know, he too, we don't usually think about Ansel Adams and Hawaii together. We usually think about him and California, the Southwest, but in fact he too came to Hawaii in the 50s, also on a commercial assignment to do photographs for a commemorative volume for Bishop National Bank of Hawaii, which is now First Hawaiian Bank.
Well, what do you, I wish we had more time to talk, but what do you want people to take away from this? I mean, it's great to see such contributions to art here.
Well, this is for the Georgia O'Keeffe and Ansel Adams show. It's, you know, it's really the first show of major American artists that we've done at the museum in almost a decade. And so it's a real opportunity for people to come and see the work of these 2 artists, and also to see them in a different light. And one of the things that really that I love most about working about this show is looking at, you know, 2 artists who are so closely associated with specific places. O'Keeffe with New Mexico, Adams with California, and to see what happens to them when they come to a different place that they're not immediately familiar with, and how do they deal with that? How do they grapple with that?
Well, I'll tell you again, it's a beautiful job on your part, great artwork to work with, and still plenty of time for people to take a look at.
That's right, it's up till January.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Teresa.
Thank you, Laura.